Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and hit the bell icon. General Hospital spoilers. Will Britt return to Port Charles completely cured? General Hospital, GH, spoilers tease that Britt Westburn, Kelly Thiebaud, could easily return to GH. Thiebaud recently posted on X, formerly known as Twitter, that she's had significant changes in her life. We don't want to speculate on these changes, but Thiebaud moved to London to be with her boyfriend after Britt died on screen. Maybe she's returning to the States, which would give her the perfect opportunity to resurrect the Britch. It could happen, as GH is a soap after all. Britt died in her mother, Liesl Obrecht's, Kathleen Gaddy, arms after she saved Jocelyn Jax's, Eden McCoy, life from being attacked by the Hook. Instead, she took the Hook herself, making her go down as a hero. Britt's death was painful to watch, but maybe she didn't die. We saw Britt's body appear in the hospital after her death, but why? If she was dead, why did they show her at the hospital? A fan on social media came up with a viable solution. Maybe Liesl took Britt somewhere secret, who had an antidote to the poison inside her. Maybe her mother has her hidden somewhere, as Britt was leaving town anyway. Britt wanted to spare her friends and family from watching her die a horrific death. So perhaps Dr. Obrecht has her hidden away somewhere until she can come up with a cure for her illness. It would be a major stretch, but GH could pull it off. Soaps are notorious for their back from the dead storylines, and for a good reason. Many beloved characters who were presumed dead miraculously recover and return. Look at Jason Morgan, Steve Burton. However, he was presumed dead because the tunnel had collapsed on top of him. He was supposedly a casualty on Kassadine Island in Greece, Thiebaud said during a coastal environment event on Zoom. We all know you can always come back on soaps. She did say this. Personally, I needed Britt to die so that I, Kelly, can move on from that character. However, judging by Jason's emotional reaction to Britt's death, Jason and Britt could get together if her resurgence happens. Jason and Britt shared a special connection that he won't forget. If Britt returned, it would mean that Jason and Britt could pick up where they left off before Jason married Carly Spencer, Laura Wright. Now nothing is tying Jason down. Sam McCall, Kelly Monaco, is done with him. She doesn't even want her son, Danny Morgan, Asher Antonizin, to be around him. We do not exactly feel the ride-or-die love between them from years ago. Plus, she's in love with Dan Falconeri, Dominic Zamprogna. Elizabeth Baldwin, Rebecca Herbst, is involved with Hamilton Finn, Michael Easton. Carly and Jason could never be together if Sonny Corinthos, Maurice Bernard, remains, so all of Jason's lady loves are unavailable to him. Not to mention, if Britt were cured of her illness, that might sway her to open herself up to a real relationship, which the character never had on the show. And maybe, just maybe, the show could finally write Britt a great love story. In the bustling town of Port Charles, where secrets lurk around every corner and drama simmers beneath the surface, the arrival of Dr. Britt Westburn was always guaranteed to stir up trouble. Once a formidable force within the walls of General Hospital, Britt's departure left a void that many thought would never be filled. Yet whispers now circulate through the halls of the hospital, teasing the possibility of her return, a return that may herald a fresh start or perhaps reignite old flames. It all began with a hushed conversation between two nurses at the nurses' station, their voices barely rising above a whisper as they exchanged rumors and speculation. "Did you hear?" One nurse murmured, her eyes wide with excitement. Britt Westburn might be coming back to Port Charles. The other nurse's eyebrows shot up in surprise. Britt, but wasn't she? Trouble. The first nurse finished with a mischievous grin. Absolutely. But you can't deny she brought a certain flair to the place. And besides, think of the drama. And drama was something Port Charles was never short of. From long-lost siblings to amnesiac mob bosses, the town had seen it all. But there was something about Britt Westburn that always added an extra spark, a touch of unpredictability that kept everyone on their toes. As the rumors spread like wildfire, speculation ran rife about the state of Britt's health. After all, her departure from Port Charles had been shrouded in mystery, leaving many unanswered questions in its wake. Had she finally found a cure for her rare neurological condition? or was her return merely a fleeting visit before she disappeared once more? Meanwhile, in a quiet corner of town, Dr. Liesel Obrecht paced anxiously in her office, her mind swirling with conflicting emotions. As Britt's mother, she had borne witness to her daughter's struggles firsthand, grappling with her own guilt and remorse for the role she had played in Britt's turbulent life. And now, with the prospect of Britt's return looming on the horizon, Liesel found herself torn between hope and fear. "I cannot allow myself to hope," Liesel muttered to herself, her voice tinged with a hint of desperation. "Not after everything that has happened. But oh, how I long to see my daughter again, whole and healthy." Across town, at the Quartermain mansion, Britt's former flame, Dr. Patrick Drake, wrestled with his own conflicting emotions. Their relationship had been a tumultuous affair, fraught with passion and betrayal, yet he couldn't shake the lingering sense of longing that still lingered within him. "Britt," Patrick murmured, his gaze drifting out of the window as memories of their time together flooded his mind. "Will you ever forgive me for what I've done, and more importantly, can I ever forgive myself?" As the days passed and anticipation reached fever pitch, the residents of Port Charles found themselves holding their breath in anticipation of Britt's return. Would she come back as the same fiery, headstrong woman they remembered, or had her time away brought about a change, a transformation that would alter the course of her life forever? And then, just when all hope seemed lost, a figure emerged from the shadows, stepping into the bright lights of General Hospital with a confidence that belied her turbulent past. It was Britt Westburn, her eyes ablaze with determination as she made her triumphant return to Port Charles. The reactions were mixed. Some greeted her with open arms, eager to welcome her back into the fold, while others watched her with wary eyes, mindful of the chaos she had left in her wake. But Britt paid them no mind, her focus unwavering as she set about reclaiming her rightful place at the hospital. And yet, despite her bravado, there was a vulnerability lurking beneath the surface, a vulnerability that threatened to undo her newfound resolve. For even as Britt threw herself back into her work with renewed fervor, she couldn't shake the gnawing fear that lingered within her. The fear that her illness would return, stripping away everything she had fought so hard to regain. But with each passing day, Britt found herself growing stronger, her confidence building as she confronted her demons head-on. And as she looked around at the familiar faces of her colleagues and friends, she realized that she was not alone, that no matter what the future held, she would always have a support system to lean on. As the sun set over Port Charles, casting long shadows across the town, Britt Westburn stood tall and proud, ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead. For in the end she knew that no matter what obstacles she encountered, she would always be able to count on the unwavering strength of her own indomitable spirit. And with that knowledge in her heart, she took her first steps into a future filled with endless possibilities.